The next question is from Brother Muhammad Sheikh in Sharjah. He writes, Dear Dr. Bilal, why in spite of so much anti-Islamic propaganda by anti-Muslim forces is Islam still the fastest growing religion on earth? Brother Muhammad, Islam is the fastest growing religion because it is the religion of God. It is the truth. And the truth will prevail. People are striving to find the truth. More and more as technology makes the truth more and more available to the masses of people around the world, more are accepting Islam. The efforts of those who seek to create a negative image of Islam, whether in the West or in the East or whatever, whether through terrorism and attributing it to Islam, etc., or however it is done, this will not stop people from finding the truth. Those who want the truth will find it. So we find in places like America, hundreds are accepting Islam every day. America, where the major religion of the country is Christianity, yet, and the media there is quite negative in its portrayal of Islam. Many books, magazines, movies, etc., all try to create this evil picture of Muslims being the terrorists who are blowing up buses and the airplanes, threatening the lives of the innocents, etc., etc. All of this has not deterred people from finding the truth, and it won't. With that, I'd like to go on to another question. This is from Dubai. A person writes, when a baby is born, are we supposed to shave the baby's head, measure the hair, and pay sadaqah on it? Please advise the Islamic ruling regarding this. Shaving of the hair of the baby, it's not required to be done when the child is born. But on the seventh day, by that time, by the seventh day, it should be shaved, and its weight in gold, the value of its weight in gold, is given as charity to the needy. Also, the child's name should be given at that time on the seventh day, and if it is a boy, 2 goats may be slaughtered for the child, and 1 goat for a girl, or 1 for a boy and 1 for a girl, depending on one's economic means. Of course, if you don't have economic means, then you're exempted from slaughter. But if you have the means, you can afford to slaughter, then 2 animals should be slaughtered for boys and 1 for girls. The meat of this animal is given, some of it given to the poor, some to our neighbors, some of it we cook and we eat. This is known as the aqiqah. And this is something which, if wasn't done at an early period of time, may be done later. The Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace be upon him, he did it for himself. So as an adult, not the shaving part of the hair or the head, not to say you have to shave your hair now and give yourself a name, no. But the process of slaughtering an animal may be done for yourself if it was not done at the time of birth when you reach the age of 7 days old. Next question. What are the Islamic rulings regarding social life? How should a Muslim boy or man, and in particularly women, spend their leisure time? Allah says in the Quran, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. If we are finished from worship, we should continue to worship. In other words, when we finish doing what is compulsory, we don't now say we'll just go to leisure time where we have no more responsibility. We take a holiday from Islam. No. Our leisure time should still be doing things which are pleasing to God. Of course, there may be some amount of time where one is just doing something which is just purely entertaining, which has no religious value. But it is of religious value if we ensure that whatever we're doing is halal or permissible. We avoid that which is forbidden. Our leisure time should be, as much as possible, constructive. The Prophet, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, urged us to teach our children horse riding, swimming, practices, exercises like karate, judo, things which build us, make us better prepared to deal with circumstances in our lives if necessary, keep us healthy. These are the kind of leisure activities that we should do within the bounds of what is permissible Islamically. We may read novels or books or whatever, but we try to avoid things which are forbidden, involving corrupt ideas, concepts in them. This is what we should try to organize our leisure time around. Traveling within the country, going out to the desert and so on with friends and things like this, it's no harm being socially involved with other people. But again, we should always remember to maintain the Islamic guidelines, that we don't involve ourselves in circumstances which are Islamically not permissible, where we're either doing or watching or listening to things which are forbidden. The third question: I understand that Muslim women are allowed to work, but are they allowed to work, or are we allowed to work in a mixed organization where men and women are together? In a circumstance where it is a public circumstance, that is, man and woman are not together in one room off by themselves, no one can see them and hear them, etc., etc., this is a circumstance which is not allowed. If they're in an office where there are men in the office, but they are in their own part, they're not alone with men, then this circumstance is a permissible circumstance. In the time of the Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, Muslim women worked in the marketplace. They bought and sold things. There were men in the marketplace. There wasn't a special part of the marketplace only for women and one only for men, etc. No, they were there together, but the circumstances were open circumstances. They were not alone with men. The last question, our time is running out, but I'll just briefly answer it. Muslim women are supposed to cover all parts of their body except for face and hands. Are we allowed to wear printed scarves and jilbabs, printed jilbabs, that is outer garments, which are with very flashy colors, etc.? No, this is not really Islamically recommended. An outer garment should be plain in color. It doesn't mean it may not have any patterns or any color to it, but it should be simple and mild colors, not attractive in and of themselves, because the outer garment is to cover our attraction, our inner garments, which we may wear in a home, in the public, in the presence of our families, etc. This is what we're covering when we go outside. So if our outer garment is as colorful and fancy as that of what we would normally wear in the home, then the outer garment is like an inner garment. So we may wear things with some color and some pattern. It doesn't all have to be black. Black is not the only color that a woman may wear, but it should be mild colors, pastels, plain type colors. With that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us in this segment of In the Light of Islam. And I hope that the answers given to these questions have broadened your own understanding of Islamic law and how it is applied in our daily lives. And I hope that you will continue to follow our programs, and I hope to see you in the next program, where we'll continue. Actually, we have a couple more questions from our sister who wrote from Dubai. We'll answer them in the next segment, along with a few other questions. With that, dear viewers, I bid you farewell. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.